everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading, just checking in to sort of see on the hidden feelings of your person towards you. Okay, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate all your support. Every single like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Being such a small, non-monetized channel, every little bit does really help. I do apologize once again for the lack of uploads. I'm just very time poor at the moment. I'm sort of prioritizing personal readings. So if you are interested in a personal reading, all my info is in the description box. The timestamps for this reading are also in that description box. So you're more than welcome to check multiple placements. Today I am going to be, we're starting off with the Unsaid Feelings of Love Oracle deck there. Get some sort of straightforward messages from your person. And then we are using the Madame Lenormand Signs of Fate Lenormand deck today. Okay, so starting off today with our Aries. Okay, like I said, timestamps in the description. Aries. Okay, Aries, your person's true feelings towards you. Aries, your person's true feelings towards you, please. I am reacting from a place of my own fear. Okay, so there's something important here about, the way that this person has interacted with you in the past. It's making sure that you are aware that a lot of those interactions, bad behaviors or, arguments and those sorts of things, to really actually pay attention to what parts of those were actually a reaction to you and a reaction to their own fear. The fear that they're going to lose you, the fear that, all those sorts of things coming through here. There is just something going on with this person where they react very differently to what you would maybe expect, or they're not acting in the way that you understand or expect them to. And that is coming from a place of, their own fears of abandonment and, being unwanted and all those sorts of fear-based things. So really needing to maybe think about that. Think about certain, if there, I just kind of get this energy here, Aries, that there's just certain things that in your mind, if you look back over those things that have happened between you and this person, under that sort of microscope of, oh, is that a reaction from their own fears? It's going to make you really understand those behaviors or words a little bit differently to what you maybe did at the time. This is the path that I must take alone. Okay, so there is a part of, at the moment, this person does seem to be, acting from independence, feeling as though they need to do everything by themselves, for themselves. It does feel like a bit of a, the healing journey type energy there. But we'll have a look with the Lenormand as well. Okay, Aries, your person's true feelings towards you. This person's true feelings towards Aries, please. Whoa, okay. That one that flew on out there was the dog energy, okay, Aries? So this person really does feel a sense of loyalty to you. There is a lot of loyalty and understanding and compassion that they have towards you. I'm once again with that reacting from a place of fear. I do feel as though this person actually does feel as though, even though they're acting from a place of understanding and compassion towards you, they feel that maybe you aren't actually understanding and compassionate towards them and their behaviors and words and actions. Okay, so just intuitively picking that up there, Aries. But that is the card of friendship. So this person does feel as though there is a very strong, basis of friendship between the two of you, that there is a lot of loyalty there and a lot of connection in some way, shape or form, that it's that energy of, regardless of what that connection is all about, that there is a strong foundation of friendship, and that you're the someone that they can you know, be a friend to and talk to and all those sorts of things, as well as, you know, romantic sort of stuff as well. We do have the key and the bear coming through here as well. So for some of you, it's talking about, you know, this person really does struggle to open up, I feel, with the key and the bear in there together. But with those as well, there is a strong message of this being a very soul connection, that this person maybe feels as though they have opened up their soul to you, or feeling very connected to you on a soul level, or wanting to open up to you more on a soul level here, Aries. They do feel it's very important for them to stand alone and to stand in their own power. So, you know, once again, we did say that, you know, this is the path that I must take alone. This person does feel as though they do need to stand very tall and firm in their own self. You know, even within this connection, that they're very, very wary, I suppose, of becoming codependent, you know, with you in this connection. There is a strong message here of wanting to, you know, open up the connection stronger to each other. There is also a strong energy here with that key of having lots of opportunities. So it's kind of like this person is kind of saying, you know, even though I have all these other doors open to me, you know, this is the connection that I do feel most loyal to. They may have other options available to them, or feel as though you have other options available to you, Aries. There's a strong need here. They do feel as though they need to have their boundaries set firmly and stand very tall and strong once again in their own self. And so I do just kind of feel as though that is mixing a little bit with healing type energy, that, you know, this person maybe feels as though in the past they haven't had very strong boundaries with you, especially Aries, and so they're really just kind of working on that and trying to be able to stand alone and make sure that they have their boundaries very sort of firmly set. Okay, you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Taurus. Pardon me. Okay, moving on to Taurus. Taurus, how does your person truly feel towards you? This person's true feelings towards Taurus. This person's true feelings towards Taurus. Okay. Interesting, Taurus. We have, it's time to purge and release this toxicity. I am attached to the toxic behaviors. Okay, Taurus, so both of those cards have the word toxic or toxicity in them. So this person really does have this feeling about there being a lot of toxicity between yourself and them, or even if it's not between the two of you, there's a strong sensation that, you know, one of you has very toxic like behaviors. Okay, so that may be you know, they're putting that on you, Taurus, or it may even be that they feel as though they are the toxic one and they're becoming a bit more aware of that, because it does say I am attached to the toxic behaviors. So they're really sort of looking at the patterns, you know, and connecting, you know, certain things within your connection to them to things from their own past as well, realizing that they have a lot of toxic patterns in their life, you know, even outside of romantic stuff, I feel, and they're realizing it's time for them to heal and purge all that toxic connection that they have to, you know, to toxic behaviors, because it does become a bit like a pattern, like a bit like an addiction sort of thing, where somebody you know, that's what they're used to, and so that's what they expect, and that's how they behave, and all those sorts of things. But it does feel as though they are sort of trying to grow and learn here and trying to heal that side of them that is connected to that stuff. Okay, Taurus, how does this person feel towards Taurus? This person's true feelings towards Taurus, please. We have the clouds coming through first, followed directly by the fish. Okay, so the fish in the center there does sort of show us that this person is kind of trying to focus on, finding their own abundance within their own life at the moment. They are just sort of maybe very focused on the material world, focused on work, on money, those sorts of things, especially with the clouds there. It's kind of like they're so confused about, how to heal themselves and how to purge the toxic stuff from their energy, that they're finding it much easier to focus on the material world at the moment, because the more that they think about the connection with you, the more confused and clouded they feel about that connection, and it kind of, for some of them, it even gives them anxiety issues when they do sort of dwell too much, overthink this connection too much, overthink things that have happened in this connection and things like that. We do have the mountain coming through there as well. So there is some delays, some blockages, and once again, that's supporting that healing phase, that this person is just trying to work through those blockages between yourself and them, or that have been created by yourself and them within your connection. And so it's kind of really, they're just sort of knuckling down and putting in the hard work to overcome the blockages within their own self, within the, that blockage being that toxic energy. And so they're just trying to sort of purge that and put in the work in order to heal and grow and no longer be sort of attached and attracted to any toxic behaviors. So, just that is sort of coming through there, Taurus, that at the moment, this person really just does need to sort of focus on the material world and just focus on their own healing at this current stage. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, cross-watch the person's placements, that sort of thing as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini, your person's true feelings towards you. Your person's true feelings towards you, Gemini. Such a large deck. It's got quite a lot of cards. Yeah, we're already seeing a double up. We did have this same card with Aries person. So you may have some strong Aries placements, or this person does. This is the path that I must take alone. Okay, so a lot of independence coming through from this person, Gemini. It's scary to face my shadow and my truth. All right, so this person is kind of, it feels like they're just a little bit stuck at the moment, stuck in knowing that there's some stuff that they need to work through, that shadow stuff that they need to face, the darker side of themselves that they need to face here and work through and accept the truth of who they really are, accept, personal responsibility for what's gone on in the connection between you and them. And that's why maybe this is the path that they're needing to take alone, because this is all, internal work that this person is needing to face at this point. So they are aware that, that's something that they do need to do by themselves, is to do the work. But it does feel like they're at a bit of a standstill at the moment. They know they need to do this, but they're kind of stuck a little bit because it's a lot of fearful to sometimes, to face the truth of who you really are and to take personal responsibility and things like that. Clarify this message for Gemini. The true feelings of this person towards our Gemini, please. This person's true feelings towards Gemini. Interesting. I feel like I need to stop saying that word so much. Firstly, we do have the ring coming through. So I'm getting kind of multiple messages here, but the prime message that's coming through is this person is really starting to pay attention to the cycles and the patterns that they've been in their life, and they're trying to sort of break that cycle and move forward into new cycles in their life, where they're not deceiving and betraying and deluding themselves, as well. We have the snake there. It does show us that, they do feel that there is a very strong physical connection between yourself and them. There's a lot of physical attraction and physical intimacy. This is like sex, basically. So there's a strong desire there on a physical level, but and also, the last card I have here is the Rider. So for some of you, this person may reach out asking specifically for the physical stuff, in the near future. But they're currently trying to break the cycle, and they know that they need to do some work in order to break the cycles and patterns that they've set within their own life, especially patterns that revolve around issues of, deceiving themselves, believing things that, a delusion kind of thing, believing a delusion or an illusion that they've created about the way things should be, but also issues of deception and betrayal. Okay. So for some of you, there may even be like, especially too with that, it's scary to face my shadow energy. This person may have been like cheated on in the past and had that physical betrayal, and that's something that is actually still affecting them and the way that they're approaching connections. So even though it's not your fault, it does seem like it is still actually affecting this person as time moves on. So, the past is still, needing to be dealt with and grown through. They are sort of on the right track here with that Rider there as well, that they are getting ready to sort of start moving forward into the healing phase there, into the actual facing their truth and doing the work. But, it is something that it may just take a little bit of time, because it feels like they're only just sort of starting to begin that process and starting to try, even attempt to break those patterns that they've sort of found themselves a little bit stuck in. Their energy right now does feel just a little bit stuck. So they know where they need to go from here, but they're just sort of taking their time before they actually get back up on that horse and sort of head off in the right direction with that. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, your person's true feelings towards you. Cancer, your person's true feelings towards you, Cancer. Do want to let everyone know as well, we will have the shadow work reading this week, so keep an eye out for that one. Cancer, your person's true feelings towards you. The first positive message we've had today. You are the one and only. You are the one and only, Cancer. I love you to the moon and back. Okay, so they love you to the moon and back, even with that, the full moon this week as well. So somehow that does feel slightly connected to that this full moon may actually be a very interesting point of connection between yourself and this person. So I believe that's the 11th. We're going to have that full moon. I think maybe the 12th in, other areas of the world. This year we're on a bit of a delay system with the full moons. They're on different dates in like America as to what it is here in Australia. Cancer. But, obviously when it's Wednesday here in Australia, it's usually still Tuesday in America too. So, we have the time delay. This year we are seeing that play out as a date delay. So I'm saying certain dates. I'm saying the 11th, but for America, I think it's actually listed as the 12th as the full moon. But as we know, we always get a bit of pre-shadow and then post-shadow energy as well. Cancer, your person's true feelings towards you. Cancer, your person's true feelings towards you. There may also just be a message there in regard to checking your moon placement with this particular reading as well. Definitely seeing a lot of movement here. Firstly, we have the ship. You're the journey I want to go on. Okay, I love you to the moon and back, and I'm ready to jump and set sail to go to the moon and back for you. I'm getting that song, I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. That song's coming through as well. You're the one and only person I would do that for. You're the one worth you know, worth embarking on any journey for. I'm willing to do the work is what this person is kind of saying here. I'm willing to, you know, jump on board. I'm fully on board with you and with this connection. We have the dog there as well. So a lot of loyalty between you and this person. This person really does feel a strong pull of loyalty towards you. That is the friendship card. So it does show us that there is a strong basis in friendship of this connection. They do feel as though, you know, not only are you the person, you're the one and only, but I feel like even if we weren't together as a couple, that, you know, we would be friends anyway, because I really, you know, I'm drawn to you and I feel very connected to you on multiple levels. You know, it's not just love, it's unconditional love with the dog. They love you, you know, regardless. We do see the horse coming through here as well, the rider. Okay, so the rider does talk about, you know, good news on the way. So for those of you who are not currently, you know, aware of this person's feelings towards you, they do seem to be sort of coming in telling you good news on the way, that I do, you know, I am loyal to you, and I do have a lot of understanding towards you, and I you know, I see you as my lifelong companion. I see you as the person I want to travel the world with, that I want to you know, expand my horizon into, want to start all my journeys, that they begin and end with you. So it feels like this person coming forward and sort of letting you know that those feelings as well, Cancer, coming there with that. But that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Like I said, maybe check your moon sign there. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Leo. Okay, Leo, your person's true feelings towards you. Leo, your person's true feelings towards you. Lust is what keeps me here, Leo. So regardless of what's going on in this connection, there is definitely a strong physical pull. And, you know, even when things get rough, I feel like this person just has this magnetic physical desire for you, and lust is what's keeping them there. I feel like it's kind of going both ways here. For some of you, lust is the only thing that is keeping this person here. Whereas for others of you, this is a message of, you know, even when you're fighting or whatever, that they still have this undeniable urge to be close to you on a physical level, and that keeps them in place, you know, and helps them work through all the other stuff. So it's kind of, you know, for some of you, this is, you know, it's actually the instigator that keeps them going, whereas for others of you, this is the only thing that they're feeling connected to you with. All right, so I feel like a lot of you may be going to resonate slightly differently with that. You will probably know intuitively which one is which for you and your personal situation, especially if it is just a situationship, that you're going to know that it is just the lust, it is just the physical with that person. My worst fears are being brought forward. Okay, so there is something about this person that they, like, it seems that they've got some very strong connections to the physical stuff, that without the physical stuff, this person really struggles. And they do have a lot of concern and fear about losing the physical connection, which is, you know, not necessarily the best for this person. But it feels like it feels like for a lot of you, it may be connected to past issues that are popping up for this person, where they maybe understand things. That's the easiest way for them to understand how we feel, is through the physical stuff. It just seems that they've just got a very strong connection to the physical, and, you know, a lack of the physical really does scare them. And that's their fear, you know, coming to the surface with the physical attachment in some way. Because I'm kind of getting that even if you've been with this person for, you know, a long time, that is maybe very, very connected to their fears for this connection. That, you know, that maybe you're going to find someone who is better in bed, or, you know, that something along those lines is coming through, or that they're just not going to be up to par with what you want on the bedroom level. It seems to be their main fear. But we'll have a look here with the lenormand. Leo, your person's true feelings towards you, Leo. I just keep getting that they just feel like they're not enough for you on a physical level. Okay, so Leo, we have the crossroads coming through firstly, followed by the letter. And the interesting thing here is that this is kind of like a decision needing to be made that comes off the back of some sort of communication. And the communication is coming from this mice energy. So this is something from the past, something that, so this is actually kind of very much giving that, you know, like somebody's ex shows up communicating, you know, in some way, shape or form. Someone gets a, you know, a phone call or a text from their ex, and and that's maybe why this person has these fears, because maybe you're getting, you know, a call from your ex, or there's some sort of comparing to the past, and it feels like, you know, that they feel like you're at this crossroads, or they're at this crossroads of having to choose. Do I choose Leo, or do I choose the past, or that you're doing that, Leo? So it does seem to be very, very connected to communicating about the past, something that maybe has been lost to us. So, you know, it really does give X kind of vibes. For others of you, it may be, you know, and because like I said, that's the worst fear, is that the ex was better in bed, and here they come calling Leo up, and all of a sudden Leo's going to leave me for them, or make the decision, you know, make the choice to go to the ex kind of thing. For some of you, though, this may be, you know, the past, something that, you know, has been lost between yourself and this person. So there may be, you know, a loss of a libido coming through here. That maybe that's why this person is feeling as though they or you are going to choose to communicate that this has been lost, and we're not connecting on that physical level anymore. So, you know, now choices are being made kind of thing here, Leo. So it does seem to be looking at, you know, like I do feel it's kind of steering loss of libido coming through, or an ex, communication with an ex coming through here, or even just communication about an ex. So be very wary about phrases that compare somebody, especially bedroom somebody, to exes, because that's going to be very damaging for this connection. You know, because that is this person's worst fears being brought forward, and it does seem to be, once again, you know, fear about the choices that are going to be made here, fear about physical attachment, fear about, you know, the sexual attachment between yourself and this person do seem to be very prominent in this person's energy. So that's what we've got for you today, Leo. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, your person's true feelings towards you. Virgo, what's this person's true feelings towards our Virgos? No hard feelings, honey. It's all nothing but a good time. I'm breaking myself free from this. Wait for me. Okay, so this is very interesting energy. It's like no hard feelings, honey. It's all nothing but a good time. So this person is trying to be very light-hearted about your connection to them. It does feel as though they, to be honest, they are less connected to this than you are, from what I'm sort of feeling. They do have other things going on in their life. It's kind of like they're holding themselves back until they feel as though they're even 100% able to give to this. You know, they are kind of asking for you to wait for them. So it's like, but I am actually getting two separate messages here. But for some of them, they are like, because I'm picking up here, what the stories I'm getting given here, Virgo, is that this person, for some of you, this person is with somebody else. And they're saying to you, Virgo, that the person that they're with, it's like, no, don't worry about it, because, you know, it's not actually serious between me and the person that I'm currently with. Virgo, you wait for me to break free from this current situation so that I can be with you, Virgo. For others of you, they're trying to let you know that they don't actually feel serious love energy for you, Virgo, that they're breaking free from any, you know, because it does feel as though that they did at some point have strong feelings for you, Virgo, but that's what they're breaking free from, is the past feelings that they've had for you. And so they're trying to be very light-hearted about it. So once again, like I said, I'm just getting two separate groupings there. So we'll see what's coming through with the Lenormand as well. Virgo, your person's true feelings towards you, Virgo. So that's pretty much backing up both of those storylines that I just sort of mentioned that I was picking up on. We have the mice coming through first. So this is something in the past, something that is, you know, lost to the past, that has been taken from us, lost to us. So for some of you, they have lost their feelings for you. And that's what they're breaking free from, any residual feelings towards you. For others of you, they have lost, you know, the part, like the current connection is what they're trying to lose. They're trying to break free from that. They're trying to, you know, allow that to be a past situation rather than a present situation, because they're just in conflict here. We have the whip and then the heart. So this person is in conflict, one way or another. They're in you know, they feel as though, you know, they're either punishing themselves for being with somebody that they don't actually feel connected to, or they feel as though they're punishing you by allowing you to believe that love is possible. So a lot of conflicting energies here. You know, it does feel as though there is probably some past fighting, whether that just be you know, arguments or you know, whatever between you and them, that have made an impact here to the situation and to the feelings that they have towards you, one way or another. So you will know your personal past with this person as to whether the past, you know, arguments or fighting between yourself and them would have changed the feelings that this person had for you. I feel like a lot of you kind of already know this, and know which side of that you sit on, to be honest. And then some of you, it's you that's actually trying to break yourself free from still feeling love for this person, even though you know that they don't have love for you anymore, Virgo. So you are trying to sort of break yourself free from this energy. There is a lot of conflicted energy with this whole situation, I feel, on both sides of that. Okay, Virgo. But with that mice energy here, I do feel as though, you know, one way or another, this is kind of lost, unfortunately, to the past. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements. Subscribe to the channel, and I will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, your person, their true feelings towards you. Libra, your person's true feelings towards you. Okay, I am not ready to take off this mask. All right, so this person is hiding a fair bit of truth at the moment. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's just they're just not really ready to show you the full extent of who they are and, you know, how they feel about everything in their life, just in general, because, you know, we also have here, these triggers are necessary in order to teach me how to love. So they're still kind of trying to work it out for themselves in the process there. They're still kind of, you know, it's not even so much of a mask as they're just still trying to work it out for themselves, who they really are and how they truly feel about things within this connection, just within life in general. They're kind of really trying to just learn about what love even means to them and how they process different things. You know, I'm picking up something about love languages, that they're still trying to work out what their love language even is. But Libra, we'll clarify with the lenormand as well. Libra, your person's true feelings towards you. So yeah, they may be getting triggered by certain things here and there within the connection, because they're just not, you know, entirely sure what that means for them. We have the ring coming through here first. So, you know, this relationship is important to them, and they do, you know, feel a connection definitely to you here, Libra. But they're also, it kind of feels as though they're kind of looking at the way cycles and patterns have been within their life in general, and you know, certain things maybe are triggering them a little bit and making them really reflect upon how that fits in within, you know, the greater cycles and patterns that they've experienced, you know, before they even met you, and those sorts of things. We do have the sun here in the middle of that reading. So ultimately, you know, this will be, you know, will come to light. And this person is kind of going through this phase, I feel, of really just learning what makes them happy, and just learning about what happiness and love really actually is to them and means to them. And, you know, like, what it means within this connection anyway, and their feelings of happiness, and where those happy feelings are getting triggered from. They're just, it's a lot of personal epiphanies coming through for this person. They're just learning a lot about themselves through this process, and you know, there's a lot of things that they're noticing about. I feel like it's to do with the greater patterns of their life, and they're really starting to actually have these little epiphanies and realizations of who they really are, and what their truth is when it comes to love and connection and all those sorts of things. We do have the feminine there as well. So, you know, they're really sort of nurturing happiness and trying to learn how to nurture happiness within the connection as well. So, you know, I do feel as though this is actually a very positive reading for you here, Libra, that this person is really sort of trying to learn how to be the best version of themselves that they can possibly be here. So, you know, it is ultimately a positive thing. They're trying to nurture the emotional side of things within the connection and move forward in positive kind of ways there. So it's just sort of feeling as though, you know, for some of them, they've maybe struggled with being happy and feeling happy. It may not be normal to them to feel happy. So sometimes they do sort of struggle and put on that mask of, you know, like everything's fine, but really they're maybe struggling just a little bit to just be dealing with happy and comfort and peace. You know, it kind of feels like that's uncomfortable for them a little bit here. But yeah, that's what we have for you today, Libra. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Scorpios. Okay. Scorpio, your person's true feelings towards you, Scorpio. What is this person's true feelings towards Scorpio? Oh, I am getting a sensation here, Scorpio, of possessive energy coming through here. Pardon me. Is that you towards this person or this person towards you? I feel tortured and fractured not talking to you. So obviously for a lot of you, this is a no contact situation. Even if you are in contact with this person, it just feels as though, you know, they're feeling the contact is not to the level that they want it to be. And that is actually making them feel kind of split, separated from you. Feel as though, you know, does kind of feel like they feel that you're punishing them in some kind of way here, Scorpio, or I'm also getting the message of punishing yourself by not talking to them. And that's kind of a kind of weird kind of torture for them, because this person, I am getting an energy of this person just wanting you to feel whole and comfortable to be able to talk to them. They want to be able to support you and talk to you. I surrender to this journey and the lessons that it gives. So they do understand that there is like a greater purpose to this connection, that they do feel as though this is just part of that journey, and they do feel as though they do want to be there for you. And there's just, they kind of, it is kind of a bit of a blamer alert here, Scorpio. This person is sort of putting a lot of the onus on you here, sort of saying that you're the one not talking to them. They're willing to talk to you and they're willing to be there for you, but it's kind of asking, there's an energy of, you know, it's not so much putting the blame on you, but it's putting responsibility on you. And I'm sort of getting that you're not meeting their expectations, of this person's expectations of them wanting to be there for you, that you're not allowing them to be there for you kind of energy. But we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. They do surrender to this journey and the lessons that it gives. So they're kind of like, you know, balls in your court, Scorpio, that this is up to you to decide where and what and how this is happening. They're willing to go with whatever you need, kind of thing. That if you decide that you're never going to talk to this person again, they're kind of like in that energy of, okay, well, if that's what Scorpio needs and if that's what's best for Scorpio, then okay, so be it. But if Scorpio wants to reach out and, you know, ask for my help and ask for me to be there with them, I'm going to do that as well. That, you know, they're willing and able, but they're also very much like putting it all on you, saying that it's up to you what you want to do here. That maybe it's up to you to reach out rather than them feeling comfortable to do that. They're kind of wanting to just sort of take your lead. Scorpio, your person's true feelings towards you, Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio card flying out there. That was the Scorpio card that came flying. You guys have gotten your own card quite a lot lately. Yeah, so it's kind of telling me the same thing, you know, because we do have that Scorpio card coming out, the snake, but then it's followed by the masculine. Okay, so the masculine is kind of like the boss, the one that's in control, the domineering partner here, the one who's very logical and rational. And they're saying that this is you, Scorpio. You're the masculine in this situation. That you know, they're standing in the background here, surrendering and feeling all the emotions, and you know, they're in the feminine energy, whereas you're over here in your Scorpio energy. You're the masculine, being very, you know, trying to be logical and rational, maybe very material, stuck in the material kind of world, focusing on work, career, those sorts of things. They're kind of saying that you're the boss here. It's up to you. It's up to Scorpio. Scorpio is the one in control here. Scorpio is the one that can control this chaos. So we do have the snake there as well, which does talk about a very strong physical attraction to you. There is a very, very physical connection here. There is an element for a couple of you of feeling a little bit, I'm getting multiple sort of things that for a couple of you that they do sort of feel as though there has been some sort of betrayal or deception involved in this connection as well. And for some of them, it's kind of like, because they're coming through so emotionally here, and they're feeling tortured and fractured. I am getting that for some of them, it's more like illusion, that they're deceiving themselves. It's kind of like they're telling themselves Scorpio's too good to be true. So, you know, maybe like I kind of feel like for some of you, if you haven't even met this person in real life, some of them are like, oh, Scorpio's catfishing me. They're not really the person that they say that they are, because, you know, they're too good to be true. They're too perfect for me. It's not that they're saying that you're too perfect, Scorpio. It's that they're saying you're too perfect for them, that they don't feel like up to your standard, or that you know, it's kind of like, not going to lie, Scorpio, it is kind of reminiscent here of a Scorpio I have dealt with in the past, you know, not in real life, in you know, online, where I actually thought that they were catfishing me, because I was like, there is no effing way that, like, you know, on paper, like on whatever, this person was exactly what I would be looking for in a person. And I was like, my friends know that this is, you know, or people that know me know that this is exactly what I go for. This is exactly my type. This is, you know, this is exactly my, it was random things too. Like, it was exactly the type of music that I liked. And, you know, all those sorts of things were all very, very muchly this person and their vibe. And I honestly, I honestly thought that they were a catfish. I thought it was one of my friends, like, effing with me. But no, it's not. I know that now. But, you know, it's kind of giving me, it's reminding me of that situation. And you know, that particular Scorpio is very, very, you know, masculine energy of in control of being very muchly into the material side of life, rather than, you know, so much into the energy and things like that. You know, that's me. I'm the emotional Suki one in the situation, right? But, you know, we do also have the heart here. So there is a lot of, you know, love potential in this connection. This person does hold a lot of feeling towards you. That is that potential, you know, that like I was saying, that they surrender to this journey, and that if you want them to be there for you, that they do have unconditional love to give for you. They have romance to give to you. They have love to share. You know, they're willing to be there for you if you so choose. But once again, it does feel very much like Scorpio's the boss here. It's up to Scorpio what happens here. So, you know, that's what we have for you today, Scorpio. You are more than willing. That's a random way of phrasing. That's not what I meant to say. I did mean to say you are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. But maybe there's something there about being willing, Scorpio, being willing to allow this person in because they're willing to be there for you. So, you know, maybe being a little bit more open and willing to explore what that means. Okay, but that's what we have. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Sagittarians. Okay, Sagittarius, the person, your person How does your person feel towards you? This person's true feelings towards Sagittarius. Getting the color green coming through, Sagittarius. Okay, healing a little bit, I think, with the green energy there. I don't know what I'm holding on to anymore. So this person is, they feel as though they're holding on to something that does no longer exist. They feel as though they are holding on to, like, they're kind of giving the energy of, pardon me, the energy of, like, when, people, a couple breaks up and, one of them is still struggling to deal with it and get over it, whereas the other one sort of has moved on already. So it kind of feels like that they don't know what they're holding on to anymore, because it feels like you've moved on and they have not. That they're still holding on to you and they just don't know what they're even holding on to anymore, because the person that they are holding on to no longer exists. Because, you've changed, you've grown in some kind of way. You've healed, I think, for a lot of you here, Sagittarius. I need to clear my karmic debt. So, that's kind of coming through in that same aspect, that this person, because it's weird, because it's coming through in their energy, but it's not coming through from them per se. It's like, because that's telling me that they don't realize that they need to clear their karmic debt. They don't actually realize that. That's the energy telling me that they've actually got a karmic debt that they need to repay before they can move on to anything successful and healthy for themselves. Unfortunately, this person has some karmic stuff they've got to deal with. And for some of them, it's not even from this lifetime. Like, if you know this person and you know that they're very wholesome and pure, this is from a past lifetime that they're needing to clear some karmic debt. But for others of you, they've done wrong by you. They've done wrong by others. And there's some karma that they need to face. I do feel as though this person has some stuff going on in their life right now that is actually karma. Part of that is karma. For some of you, them holding on to you and you moving on, they're part of their karma as well, that they need to learn. I think there's at least one of them here needs to learn that if you didn't do wrong, if you didn't do that thing wrong, you wouldn't be the one still holding on to Sagittarius, and Sagittarius has just moved on, because Sagittarius was not in the wrong in that particular situation. Sagittarius was, that's healthy for Sagittarius to move on and heal and grow. Interesting, very interesting, because that's that's kind of like the universe stepping in and going, hold up, I'm going to put some of this stuff in your path before you can really get what you want, because it feels like this person wants a lot that they're not actually able to get yet. They're kind of stuck in a little bit of karma at the moment. Sagittarius, your person's true feelings towards you. I really feel as though this person doesn't know this, that they don't realize this, because they're not, there's a bit of growth that needs to happen, and it's got to do with karma for something. Sagittarius, your person's true feelings towards you. We see the crossroads. Not going to lie, because I am getting some weird energy off this person. The next card I have is the masculine. And there is a couple of them that this is actually saying this person made a deal with the devil. At the crossroads. They met the devil at the crossroads and they took the wrong path. This is some heavy not going to lie. For some of you, this is some heavy stuff that this person has gotten themselves involved in. for majority of you, just in general there, this person is sort of having to face some choices in their life at the moment. Their feelings towards you, though, are very up in their head rather than in their heart. Okay, so even if, I'm not saying that they don't care a lot for you, but they're very masculine energy in the way that they're dealing with things. They're not dealing with things through feelings. They're dealing with things through, focusing on work for a lot of them. We have the fish there as well. So for a lot of them, they're focusing on work and the material world, reality, and trying to think their way out of situations rather than actually processing the emotions. I do feel as though this is what's going on with this person, and why they're needing to clear up some karmic debt, because they're not actually processing their emotions. We need to be in balance with masculine and feminine, and this person just seems to be very, very stuck in the masculine real world stuff, and they're not dealing with the energy behind it all. So they're kind of, and that's a conscious choice. This is their free will. The crossroads does talk about free will. So it's kind of, once again, like they've kind of made a deal with the devil here to be very focused on real world stuff rather than the energy and the love and all that sort of thing. Because it is showing me the devil. When I'm saying deal with the devil, it's showing me the devil card in tarot, which anyone that watches tarot as well, you will know that the devil card is about obsession. It's about addictions. It's about getting stuck in the material world. The sins of humanity, basically. Sometimes it's, the devil card is actually the Capricorn card. So I personally, it can be a very positive energy as well. But in this particular case, it's like they're getting stuck in something real world, material world, whether it be an obsession with, focusing on work and that sort of stuff, the material side of life, or whether it's addiction. I do feel that for some of them, this is them getting stuck in addiction. That's like a very real world, material level stuff, material level stuff, because anyone that sort of knows there's the material level of the world, but then there's the next level beyond that, which a lot of us are dealing with, is the spiritual stuff and the energy and the deeper parts of life, where love comes from, and, your soul connections to things and people and whatnot. This person's not delving that deep within themselves. They're very surface level with life. And so that's where they're kind of struggling, and that's where their karmic debt is coming through. But that's the path that they seem to be on right now. That's the path that they've chosen for themselves. And I do feel as though this is something that I do feel a lot of some of you are the ones holding on a little bit here. So you do need to take a step back and allow this person to deal with their own karma. This is something that you can't, it's that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink kind of energy, that this person actually needs to come to this realization within their own self, because you can't force them to do so, unfortunately. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Keep an eye out for the shadow work reading this week, and we will move on over to Capricorn. Capricorn, your person's true feelings towards you. Okay, this person's true feelings towards Capricorn. Your person's true feelings towards you, Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn. No hard feelings, honey. It's nothing but a good time. We also have, it's just sex and rock and roll. So both of those cards do talk about this being very surface level, Capricorn, this being very sex-based connection. Very, there doesn't seem to be much deeper here between yourself and this person. Not going to lie. Especially this is this person's true feelings, that they feel like it's just lust, sex, desire. There's no deeper feelings coming through. I will clarify with the lenormand. I am getting a background energy here too. I'm getting another energy there too. But this is what's coming through. Capricorn, your person's true feelings towards you. Pardon me. This cough is killing me, Capricorn. Gotta love winter. This person's true feelings towards Capricorn. So that background energy is interesting. I think I'm picking up on the background energy with the lenormand. Can I just get a card to clarify if this is connected to the oracle or is this the background energy, please? Clarify these three cards. Is this the oracle or the background energy I'm picking up on for these three cards, please? Right. That makes sense. Okay, so the background energy and this person's oracle cards are actually one and the same. I'm just noticing here at the bottom of that deck, it's time for me to escape this darkness. I've had the masculine clarifying whether this is the oracle or this person. Background is different, but this is telling me it's the same person. It's all relative. It's all the same. It's all the masculine energy. So they're all masculine energy. Okay, so it's kind of like clarifying to me here that this surface level stuff, no hard feelings, honey. It's nothing but a good time, and it's just sex and rock and roll. That's this masculine's. That's like what they're saying. That's like what they're saying to me. Whereas the truth, that's a kind of their darkness saying that as a mask, as a cover kind of energy. This is all the one person that they're trying to tell themselves that it means nothing, whether it does or not. They're telling themselves that Capricorn means nothing. Capricorn's just a good time. It's just sex and rock and roll. It's just party. Am I hearing that Marilyn Manson song? This is the new shit. So it's like sex, party, whatever. Don't forget the violence. That feels important too, Capricorn. Don't forget the violence. What is with this masculine? So I am picking up you're the feminine in this situation, Capricorn, regardless of genders, okay? This person is coming through with a lot of darkness, a lot of, violence towards themselves in a way too. It's like they're punishing themselves by telling themselves that this is just nothing but a good time. It's a mask. It's a cover for the truth. The truth, we have the lily, we have the dog, and we have the cross. This is a soul connection. This person is trying to stay in the material, whereas they know that this is a soul connection. It's like they know that this is a soul connection, but they're trying to not connect to that level of themselves. They're trying to be stuck in the reality, in, the material world where, feelings don't exist. Soul doesn't exist in the material world. That's just, brains, logic, rational thinking. That's just, Capricorn's just lust. The truth is actually different. The lily is emotional intimacy, We have friendship card here as well, which is loyalty and, you know, understanding and compassion towards one another. This is long-term energy. This is like, they know your end game, Capricorn. They know that you guys are soulmates. This is soulmate energy. With those cards here, this is soulmate energy, where it's like they know that there's something deeper here and they're ignoring it. They're trying, I feel like for a lot of you, they're ignoring it on purpose because they can't deal with it. Capricorn, this person, I don't know why, like it feels like it's a burden to this person to even, like there's too much responsibility involved with the soul stuff. That means that they would have to stop lying to themselves to start with. That means that they have to be emotionally intimate. That this person's got some healing to do, Capricorn. They're they're very stuck in the masculine energy. They're not even acknowledging the soul level connection here. Even though they know that it's there, they're like intentionally ignoring it. Intentionally telling themselves it's just surface level. It's just surface level. You might want to check your other placements, Capricorn, to get a deeper understanding of that. I feel I'm already feeling like it's not going to tell me any more than that because this person is lying to themselves. And they're just going to keep trying to keep lying to themselves. If I try to delve deeper into that, they know it's more than that, but they're not willing to admit it right now. So maybe that might change in the future. Who knows? But they can't, if they can't even admit it to themselves, Capricorn, they're not going to admit it to you, at least not now. Okay, so this person has got some healing and some growing to do before they're willing to even admit that to themselves. Whether you're willing to wait that long, I don't know, because it does feel like it might be a long time. Might not be ever. I said this to Sagittarius as well, I believe. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Keep your eye out for the shadow work reading this week. Make sure you subscribed to get updated about that. And we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, your person and their true feelings towards you, Aquarius. This person's true feelings towards Aquarius. This person's true feelings towards our Aquarians. It's not the right time yet for me to reach out to you. Okay, as well as I keep falling into this toxic pattern. I really want it to go. All right, so this person they are aware that it's just not quite the right time because they're still dealing with this toxic pattern and trying to break free from that cycle. I do feel like they are putting in the work and they are, I feel like they're almost there, to be honest. And it's kind of like they want to reach out to you, but they know they're just not quite ready to elaborately reach out to you. So if you reach out to this person, they will respond, I feel, but I don't feel as though they're going to go out of their way as of yet to try to push this or make this progress. That they are aware that they have some toxic things in their life that they're trying to get rid of, and they I feel like it's just they have been healing already. I do feel for a while that they're just making sure. It's kind of like they're double checking. They're just double checking that they've got a hold of this. That they really have. They're like, they just don't want to put that on you. I feel like they want to enter into this without any toxicity potential, that they want to make sure that they are, you know, 1,000% ready to go, that they're not going to be bringing any of their old patterns in to this connection. Aquarius, your person's true feelings towards you. So it's like, I feel like it may not be that much longer, to be honest, Aquarius. Yeah, definitely on the way. Not long now, I feel, Aquarius. We have the ship coming through. So, you know, they are just trying to close that last little distance. They're just finishing off that journey of, you know, closing out any toxic patterns that they've been drawn into in the past, getting rid of anything that's just no longer serving them and that sort of stuff. They're just, you know, they've been on this journey for a while, I feel, and they are ready, you know, almost ready to close that distance between yourself and them and start moving towards you. You know, for some of you, they may need to actually travel, you know, a physical distance to see you as well. I do feel there may be some actual physical distance between some of you there. We do have the birds. I actually feel as though that's asking you, Aquarius, to ask more questions, to have that conversation, to ask them what, you know, what you want to know. Ask them. I feel as though they're ready to have that conversation with you, and that, you know, we're seeing that they're not quite ready for them to reach out to you. But if you reach out to them and prompt that conversation, ask those questions, I feel like they will answer you, honestly. I feel like they will. They feel like they're almost ready to have that conversation themselves anyway. I feel like they've just been holding back from being the one to reach out and have the talk, you know. I feel like for some of you, it's the talk about, like, where is this going? What are we doing? And for others of you, it's like talking just full stop. Like, you may have not been in contact with this person and they're wanting to actually have that conversation with you, and they're just waiting for you to kind of reach out. They're just not quite, like, they're not quite game enough to start the conversation. If you start the conversation, though, I feel like it will flow. We also have the books. All right, so learning more about each other. You know, they're willing to learn more. They want to learn more about you. They want to have those conversations. They just, you know, just for some reason, they're just not quite ready to take that step to ask. Whereas, like I keep saying, if you're the one that asks, they're going to answer, and they're going to, you know, give you all the knowledge that they have, and give you all the, you know, they're ready to share and open up to you, and you know, maybe start a brand new chapter with you here. You know, it's like they're ready to unlock the mysteries of where this could go. I just feel as though it does actually need to be you, Aquarius, to reach out to this person, or just start that conversation, or ask those questions that you want to know, or whatever. And this person is going to have that conversation with you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to go in the direction that you want. This person really is ready, you know, almost ready, or ready to have this journey start, and sort of start seeing where this can go and learning more about where this could go. But they're just kind of waiting on you to make the move first, by the feel of that, Aquarius. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Keep an eye out for the shadow work reading later this week. Make sure you subscribe so you get updated about that. And we will move on over to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, your person's true feelings towards you. Pisces, this person's true feelings towards Pisces. I am completely depleted. This situation sucked the life right out of me. I don't think that that's the situation with you, though. That's something in their life. They're just, like, exhausted. There's just something, whether it's a past person they've been with, or, you know, another situation in their life, whether it be, you know, something they've been going through with work, or with their friends, or with their family. it's just drained them. They're just feeling very emotionally exhausted. It's kind of like they're just sort of saying, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you right now, Pisces. I've just got so much going on outside of you, Pisces, that I'm just exhausted. I just don't have anything left to give to anyone or anything yet. Trust the universe has a plan for us. So this person in the back burner, they're just sort of, they do know that there's something between you and them, Pisces. It's just, you know, they're leaving it open a little bit to the universe to, once again, they're really just trying to focus on recharging their own batteries right now. They're very focused on something in their life. I feel like for a lot of you, it's their work. Something at work has drained them. And I'm also getting someone dealing with a mother. Someone has been dealing with their mother, and that's been draining them emotionally. And they just, I can't even think about Pisces right now because this whole drama, I've got to get it out of my situation. Like, they've got to get rid of this situation before they can start even thinking about anything else. Pisces, your person's true feelings towards you, Pisces. How does this person truly feel towards Pisces? Yeah, they're just, look, it sucked the life out of me. Once again, we have the mice here. There's the sucked the life out of me coming through with the snake as well. So something that's happened in their past or something that they've lost has really drained them. You know, you can kind of think, you know, you think about, you know, I don't know why, but a snake is like sucking the life out of you, like, even though they more like ingest and stuff or whatever. It's like it's sucking the life out of you. So it's like potentially like a loss or something that they've suffered. Something's been taken from them, a loss that they've suffered, something that's happened in their past. That probably has very strong themes of deception or betrayal. They do have a lot of physical passion towards you, a lot of physical desire for you. You know, I'm hearing they think you're hot, Pisces. I'm hearing that for some reason, that they think you're hot. But like for some of you, they're dealing with a loss of libido as well, and that's literally sucked the life out of them. Like, even their want for sex and it's just all been drained out of them completely. So it feels like this person, that they just don't have any desire in them to give at the moment, but they do still have a lot of passion, and they're just sort of, they're very physically drawn to you in a lot of physical ways, which is, you know, quite interesting. They're just drained, you know. We do see the tree there as well. I'm just trying to rebuild my strength, Pisces. Let me rebuild my strength. Growing, focusing on themselves, healing, you know, just trying to get all this ish out of the way so that they can start focusing back on other things in their life. That, once again, trusting that the universe has a plan for us, that they know that there's something's going to happen in the future. It's just getting to that point where they can even think about it. At the moment, this person's energy is just so, it's like red raw, like rubbed raw, that they're just so drained, like that they can't even give me much here, that they're just saying, just let me build up my energy. Let me build up my energy. Let me, you know, grow and heal and replenish myself. And then I'll be able to, you know, move forwards with a plan for us. You know, they do feel, you know, they do trust that the universe does have a plan for you and them. And they do feel as though there is something there, that, you know, in the future, there is definitely more to come with this story. But it's, I'm just so drained. I just need to replenish my energy right now. That's all I'm getting off this person right now, Pisces, is just something. It's just it's just so heavy at the moment. I'm so drained. It's like the weight of the world's on my shoulders. I've just got to deal with this, and then I can worry about other things. They do seem to want to let you know, though, that they do have a strong pull towards you, and they do. The tree can also sometimes talk about, they do feel that there's a strong, family ties there as well, potential family ties there as well, that you could be a part of my family tree one day, Pisces. It's just trusting that the universe is going to make it work out when it's ready, sort of thing, that they are just focusing on healing and replenishing right now. It's kind of like, in how trees lose all their leaves and then they slowly have to regrow. It's kind of that this person, they've just lost all their leaves. And we need to wait until they regrow their leaves before they can give us much more information. So that's what I've got for you, Pisces. Definitely check out your other placements if you're wanting something a little bit more from this person. But that's what we've got. Make sure you subscribe. Keep an eye out for the shadow work reading later this week. And I will see you all again soon.